Welcome to VASL with Stu. This episode is going to be very short, as you see on the time. You say, hey Stu, what's going on with that? I've been working the past 2 weeks or so on a project to help counter clutter be removed from your vehicles. It's taken some while. A lot of the success has been due to Doug Rimmer and his help in assisting me to make sure that I'm looking in the right areas, looking at the right commands, looking at the right features. He's been instrumental in getting this done in an expeditious manner. So hats off to Doug Rimmer. You're doing a good job, my man. Thanks. So anyway, what we're doing with is counter clutter. I had this idea a couple years ago. I worked on it a bit. I worked on most of it back then, but I just didn't incorporate it. Didn't know how to really save or any of that crap. So anyway, throughout the years, the last couple years, I've progressed to this point. And here's what we have to look at. So we were looking at, I've got a VASL. I've made the changes in VASL 6.6.0. It is not what you're going to download. It may be available in the near future. So this is just essentially a review of the summary of my work on it so far and what you have to look for. VASL 6.6.0 in the 3.4.2 VASL program. So I'm just going to start a game offline. Select my random board 4. No log file. Zoom in a bit. Get the counters on the board. So, Stu, what the hell are you wasting my time for? Well, here's what I'm wasting your time on. We're going to take the M3 Lee, or Grant in this case. We're going to clone him. And so you're going to say, we've got those 2 tanks there. The tank that you have now, he is going to have main armament malfunction. He's going to have bow machine gun malfunction. I don't even know if there's a bad thing on this thing. So I can't even get to the counter. Yeah, it's not even listed. And none of that crap's listed. You always got to drag, plus you have to drag all these files. Coaxial machine gun malfunction. Let's say the AA malfunction. Let's say you bogged. And then let's say you were mobilized. And this doesn't have, I don't have it in this list. It doesn't have the, let's say the rear machine gun. Let's just say this is the rear machine gun malfunctioned, and this is the secondary armament malfunction. I have no clue where they are in here because they're extremely rare. So if you play a lot of Grants or Lees, you might have that. But guess what? This is what you're looking at right here. A stack of shit on your counter. This is exciting to look at, I gotta be honest with you. So, to get rid of that, I've created a menu option on the counter itself. Alright, so let's move to our counter here with the modifications that I've made to it. So, it's going to be the same counter. The menu is going to be exactly the same, except for bad things will be added. Bad things lists everything you see on the left-hand stack. 4, 5, 6. That's only 8 counters. You don't have to deal with 8 counters. So you've got your main armament malfunction. So your main armament malfunction, control 1, blots out the armament that you have on your vehicle. You can't use it. You go to look to fire. It says big old red splotch on it. If you can't see that, you might have troubles. If you might have a turret over it, you can still see it over the turret. You can't still see it over the turret, like, well, there you go. It actually highlights over the turret, which is just, I guess, happenstance. But you can still see that something's wrong with that vehicle. So even with the turret, you can do that. Of course, that's going to be a limited turret traverse on that main gun anyway, but that's beside the point. Control 2, bow machine gun malfunction. You notice that it's purple, just like the counter. Control 3, coaxial machine gun, just like the counter. Control 4, AA machine gun, just like the counter. Control 5, rear machine gun, which is not in my counter set, to be honest with you, because it's that rare. All right. 7, Control 7 is bogged. You press it again, you become mired. All the other machine guns, 2, 3, and 4, have red X's through them, which means they're destroyed or disabled. Okay. Control 7 is just the bog again, that clears that. Control 8 is the secondary armament malfunction. If the secondary armament malfunction is disabled, it becomes an X just like the machine guns. Stu, why don't you do it for main armament? Don't need it for the main armament. You can do it for the main armament. The main armament gets disabled. What happens for the main armament? You simply get recalled. And you say, well, it might be able to fire on something else. You just leave it mouthed. You just add the recall value. You just add the recall counter to it, and you're going to be moving off in the next movement phase. Not a big deal. And the last feature, which I like, I think this is the initial reason why I created it, is the immobilization. It covers the movement point value and the entire bubbles, whether it's wheeled, whether it's armored cars, trucks, half tracks, full AFVs. It covers it all. You don't get to see any of that bullshit around. It does not cover any of the armor factors, so you get to see everything you need to see. But if you intend to move it, you'll see a big black splotch because you need to know how many movement points you have. So that's where you're looking. You're looking at all these spots every single time you fire your weapons. So this is the idea behind it, to get rid of all this crap on the right hand side. Let's enter the 21st century and instead of staying in the 18th century with all these archaic counters. Let's use the computer for what it's for. Efficiency, cleaning stuff up, and this is, to be honest with you, yeah, no. Just a big no. That's what got me motivated to do this. I'm sick and tired of seeing this on counters. So, you may like it. You may like to say, hey, it's just like face-to-face. Guess what? We can improve on face-to-face. Just saying. Anyway, hope you like it. If you don't like it, you know where to find the other counters. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you later.